And good evening. My name is DiCarlo Sweeting, and my co-host for the day is
George Missick.
George. How's everybody, man? What's going on?
Wonderful. Can't complain. It's March. We're into March, starting to warm up. Uh, Spring, winter's fading out. Yeah, interesting times. A lot going on in the world, but hey,
Yeah, they can keep us busy for a little while with these things going on. We can
yeah,
have plenty to talk about. 'Cause boy,
that's
I just don't know what to say. Everybody
never,
doing what they want to do, how they want to do.
never a dull moment.
Nope, not at all. So let's get started and let's find out what's going on in the news.
A case that has stunned the nation. A man already on bail allegedly assumed a female identity and posed as an attorney to lure unsuspecting victims. But tonight, one woman says Akimio McIntosh did not act alone as she recounts how she was defrauded of thousands of dollars.
What happened is Kimio was Kimio was locked up for the whole principal thing. No, I think it was warrants or something anyway. But remember, he had a whole another case whereby he had the school and he was in trouble for something pertaining to the school and him being the principal of the school or whatever. But he was in the cell with my nephew, whose case we was dealing with. And he passed on his phone number saying this is the person who he's dealing with and who helped his cousin to get out and whatever. So on that, my nephew makes a call from Central and say, hey, there's a number, there's a bondsman, there's a bonds lady who can assist, and she's dealing with Kimyo right now, so Kimyo can give you all the information and everything needed. So we was like, okay, well, let's check it out.
The family of Shadley Brown was among the victims losing more than $10,000 to the fraudulent R&R law firm. Brown, who says she knew McIntosh personally, explained she trusted and believed Nikiria Rule was a legitimate attorney who could assist in resolving her nephew's case, who had been arraigned on firearm-related charges. She never imagined.
You got to explain this to me, George. I know you have to explain this to me. How can I become a lawyer? Not just and this fella, he's gifted. He's not just a male lawyer, he's a female lawyer also. How? How is it that this person can do these things, represent clients in the Bahamas today under the judicial system that we are so proud of? How this happen, George? Explain this to me, because this your portion of the show. You gotta explain this. You gotta run with this. I don't know. I just can't believe this happened. This is something I thought you see in America on ABC or NBC. Nothing on ZNet, and I like to thank ZNet for that clip. Thank you all very much. But I never thought I would see something like this. So the floor is yours. Explain this to me.
I don't know how to get my problem, but I can't. I can't explain it. I mean, it definitely seems like something off a TV, a movie, or remind me of White Chicks or something, right? But anyway, I guess it's life imitating art, or people, people. There's nothing new under the sun, so he probably saw it done somewhere before. Like you said, the guy is gifted. Uh, I don't know. It to me, and this is where the public, I think, needs to be a bit wiser as well, right? Because um, certain professionals, and I think I listened to the clip. They said this person was referred them to this person or someone. So I was
Yep.
gonna say, normally with lawyers, professionals, generally people go to play people that they ask around someone. Either you know someone because of their reputation, or you ask around, who I need a lawyer for this, or I need a doctor for this, or right, and people tell you, yeah, go to homeboy, this person good, they did this XYZ. Now they trying to say that's what happened, but the thing it is, a lot of people, and there are lawyers who also just starting out as well. So I won't be too harsh to say don't go to no one you don't know, because people have to start somewhere. But at the same token, if you're gonna spend big sums, large sums of money, and some of those sums of money that I heard they retain this person with one large sums of money, you need to have a good idea who you're giving your money to, right?
But
Whereas
this boy
Aaron,
tell me he legit he get my cousin out everything straight. Just word of mouth. That's the best advertisement they tell me you can get.
he, he
How
get
this
the cousin.
man woman lawyer get to do this and nobody.
Well, I don't know, because again, there is we have a bar. The bar is one of those professions that's actually regulated. So you can call the bar association and say, "Is DiCarlo George Missick a member on good standing at the bar?" Right? Like I said, on if you look in, even in the states and so forth, you always see these adverts. Go to Morgan and Morgan. Go here, right? A lot of times in law, your reputation precedes you, right? So people go to people. So don't go. First off, is you don't go run to every little thing that without having proper references. And I see a lot of slackness inside of these people. They almost should be embarrassed to bring this to say, I give my money to this dude who was happened to be a woman. Like, yo, y'all met this lawyer, y'all sat like, you know, I'm not justifying it. I don't know how quickly they detected him, when they detected him, how they detected him, but it seems like I remember one. I was in Freeport recently, and a couple of months ago, and I hadn't been in the magistrate's court in a while, and I walk in there to sign in, and I went, to sign in the book to go upstairs, and lady came to me. She said, she introduced herself very politely. I'm so and so. I'm the I basically she's the overseer around there. And she said, what's your name again? Because she wasn't familiar with me. She said, oh, I just checking, like, you have any idea or whatnot. She said, yeah, and she said something what gave me pause. She said, sorry, I had to ask because we had situations before where people um impersonating attorneys, and I really, like, I almost felt a little offended, like, Google me, like, where you been? But she explained herself.
Oh, aren't we full of
She,
ourselves?
a little bit. I got a little offended, but I'm like, okay, I haven't been to court in a while. But again, yeah, if most of these court rooms, there's a lot of court personnel. You have staff, you have clerks, you have judges, and generally speaking, if someone walking, if you walk in and people don't know you, they're gonna, you're gonna get these stares. They're gonna look at who that is, because again, on a day-to-day basis, most of the attorneys are repeat. So someone who is not known or who is new will stick out like a sore thumb. And I don't think there's anything wrong in those situations with asking, so and so, what's your name? Let me see your ID, right? And so I think it's a good reminder to people. And yes, horror stories all the time. People, and it's so easy to print certificates and do all these different things nowadays. If you are going to professionals, I'd say really try to do your homework in terms of the bar. You can easily verify someone. Some people, like I said, are very known in their profession, so it doesn't always apply. But if it's someone new, someone who's relatively new or unknown, definitely ask around, but don't be shy. Look at their certificates. Most lawyers have their certificates on the wall and stuff too. Like I said, it's not too difficult to print out color copies of these. Now, that's kind of easy to do too. But you do have situations like that. You have judges in court sometimes who ask a lawyer, they're not familiar. Who are you? Ask them to produce. And so the system itself is probably what caught him. I don't know if it was the system or the client who caught him, but I believe most likely it was someone in the court system who made
So
some, yeah.
that's just for verification, because us out here who don't know what do lawyers have an identification card to say I'm a lawyer, or y'all have a number, I'm lawyer number 3570? How can, if I
It
go
is
to the magistrate court today and say, because I don't know where the bar association thing is. I don't know what the bar association number is. Y'all don't advertise that much. So I gotta go to the magistrate court and find out, hey, I hear about this George, Mystic lawyer. I know he little funny. I know if he legit or not. You all know about him? And can they legitimately say, okay, yes, he's a lawyer?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the beautiful thing nowadays, everyone have one of these little devices in their hand. You know, at all times, you have a little bit of data on it, or get a little bit of Wi-Fi. You could Google. So, like, pretty much, even if I talk to a lawyer, someone, and I don't know, I generally tend to Google them. Let me see a picture, especially if any type of professional person. You should be on LinkedIn or Facebook or something should come up with you. If you look like a alien, like you just drop out of the sky, that that's a little pause for cause, but um yeah, you they used to have bar identification cards. I haven't seen them in a while. I don't have one personally, but again, I when I walk in the car, I expect people to know who I am. I'm George Missick, and if you don't know who I am, you got a problem. It's the problem with it's the
George, your
problem with
head getting too big for the frame, and you're coming
no,
on
no, no,
focus.
no, no. I a little older now. I think I earned some respect. Like
Oh,
I remember
excuse me.
when I used to work at the bank long years ago. People coming there, you tell them they can't do. Do you know who I am? Do you know me? You
I,
reach a stage in your life
I,
and
I,
certain professions. You and BTC, you go certain offices and stuff now, and you want a little rookie just coming there.
oh, I don't go to
You tell
rookies.
you go sit down, or you
Oh
gotta be
no,
just
oh,
hey,
no,
yeah,
I don't go to
yeah, yeah.
rookies.
You feel
I feel,
insulted, like you.
I feel disrespected from the break.
Yeah,
Who,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You
where your
you
eye?
pretty much help
Oh
build the company, but
Oh no, no, no. When I go to the bank, when I walk, I call and people name them. I come to see so and so. I nope. I can't do
yeah,
that. I too
you're a
old for
grown,
that foolishness,
you're a
man.
grown man now.
Yeah,
You've been
yeah,
in them places for the past 30 years
yeah.
plus.
This new person just reached asking me who you is, who you is. No, 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 no. But the thing is, the fellas them. The fellas them was falling for the girl. They see the guy dress up and she got her face. Boy, I tell you, I scared for these days. These fellas them could switch her. And if you see the before and after the male version of the how he do that? How this is scary. Cause he changed complexion, he changed his hair, he changed
Yep.
everything. I don't know how this is even possible. And I see why the people get swing, because you would never put them two together. There's no way in God's green earth. But
That- That's a
oh
good
boy.
that's a good lesson for them fellas out there too. Do your homework.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Don't rush into this thing nowadays.
What Grammy them used to say who your people is. Anyway,
What a time.
he doing time now, he get catch. So like you say, for everybody out there, do your homework. If you see someone, and this that's not just for lawyers, this goes for carpenters, for plumbers, electricians. You don't want nobody that's come burning down your house. You get someone who recommend and who someone they can vouch for. That's be safe. It's
Yep.
better to be safe than sorry. You might
Yep.
have to pay a little extra for the good ones like George them, but it can be worth it in the end. So let's take a quick commercial break and we can be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk.
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
Oh boy, George. Politics time. You know how we go.
What happened now?
Your boy Marvin. I don't know what's going on with this. This a crazy one.
Hmm.
How? To me, it almost seems like a setup. It can't be this close to election, and you getting caught up in these type of things. Former Minister of Security or National Security Marvin Dames, so-called business partner Malcolm Goodman, was arrested for having over 200 kilograms of cocaine going into America. Marvin Dims, I just the part I don't understand. Marvin Dims say him and his wife don't know nothing but this. He ain't know nothing but going on. I try to figure what will you bring up your wife for? Why you got to bring up
I,
your wife?
I think that's his ex-wife.
What?
Yeah.
What? I don't know why you bring it up in the first place, but that's not neither here nor there. So now the guy he got caught in the states. Apparently, the boat is owned by Marvin Deems, um, and that's how he get mixed up in all of this. I don't think it's I don't think it's a big deal. I
Hmm.
don't think he's guilty or anything. I don't think he done anything. The guy, if he is, the guy take the plea. The guy say he do it. He ain't no one else involved with it. It's just me. I do all the dirty work. It's just me, and that's it. So, do you think it's gonna hurt Marvin Dames run for this election?
Yes.
Why? I
Okay.
I I I don't think he's going to win no way. But I just feel that
Let's go back now.
okay. Let's go back.
This is Marvin Deems, the Marvin Deems, career police officer. I think he rose to the ranks. Was
Assistant.
next in line for
Yep.
commissioner of police, right? Assistant commissioner or whatever. Um, then ascended into politics and became the minister of national security, if I'm not
Huh?
wrong, right? Yeah.
Correct.
So all kind of trainings, all abroad, international, decorated officer.
Uh huh.
Now you got a partner who who you say was your business partner,
Yes.
who has a boat, not just your business partner boat, company, your boat,
Yeah.
register your name full of coke, get caught and God, Lord forgive me. I saw the little mugshot that they showed of the guy and like Ronnie Butler say was it Ronnie? You look guilty, right? I don't mean to be that guy who's stereotypical or racist or
But
whatever, but
you
the
do.
guy,
You don't sound like that guy.
okay, well, the guy looked like a criminal. I can lie. Goodman, I don't know. I don't know about Goodman's Beach or whatever, but uh yeah, if it was DiCarlo Sweden, if it was I don't know, let's say any other politician who doesn't reach Fox, but this is someone who is into has a particular set of skills, right? In policing, he has a security company, a security detail. He has the most extensive training probably of any officer, right? He's been at the highest level of government and securing the country. So you have to be a good judge of person, character. You have to have discernment, right? You in my job, we do a lot of vetting, financial service. We know do our KYC, know who you're doing business with, who you right. And for him to get this thing wrong, how does for this I say that's for his fella for his rodeo to have a big boat, yeah, boat full of drugs. Like at best, at worst, you running a slack ship. You were negligent and not all right. That's the best case scenario for him right now is that yeah, you was a little there. You probably caught up with your politics. You just sloppy. You just how could you get this wrong? That's negligence, right? And the worst case scenario for him is that people looking at him and saying, "You have to become. You can't be that dumb. You can't be that negligent because of the experience. We expect more from you. To whom much is given, much is expected." And for Marvin Days to throw his hand in the air and say, "Boy, I know what boy was doing, right? Like, I know it's all of that, and on my boat." Right, so now, like you said, the U.S. So the police have to have some questions for you because, like you said, yeah, boat, y'all is this a joint enterprise? Because most things like that, most people first thing people say is this person wasn't working alone, but who you working with? The first logical person would be the person who you doing business with. Because and again, if this fella, I don't know how long you know him, but again, he knows Marvin Dames is also the commissioner. And sorry, that's put away over here, right? I'm just hypothesizing. I'm not gassing any.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
saying this is the case,
But
but
it
I'm
sounds like
saying
you're saying it do. But go
no,
ahead.
I'm saying this is how some Bahamians, some people might see this, right?
Okay.
Looking at how this is presented, they may say, why would even this dude, if he's not mixed up, why if this was a good friend or business partner of Marvin Dean, this dude is the former police commissioner, a deputy commissioner, assistant commissioner, running for office, and why would you even take the risk to do this in his boat? And right, it's always a good chance of getting cats doing those type of operations, and so this is it's it. First I was like, yeah, step down, but it really calls into question, like in the UK and things, places like that, where people step down for far less. This is a serious situation, and you put this in the present climate and context of every week we come here, we talk about one police officer going to jail, high ranking police officers and that, right? And you're starting to see a pattern form where high ranking officials can get away or seem like they can get away with things because they are high ranking officials. Because the first thing you should not expect that to come from, these are the people who are in charge of it, right? This, they're the gatekeepers. So they're the ones who tasked with enforcing the law. So the last person you should expect to break the law are these people. And so I don't think he can really, he should um, take more effort to explain himself and to get himself fully exonerated. He might be totally innocent from it, but to say that people are wrong for calling into question and saying, "Listen, dude, you have some questions to answer." This is more. This is a bad judgment, and even if it's a really bad judgment, sometimes you have to pay the price for that bad judgment. Take time, girl, you name, but sometimes that price is actually stepping aside during this time and say, "I'm not going to be a distraction for the party." This is a serious issue. Again, all these police officers got indicted. We have the other one before the court with the bribery case. There's a lot of things that's going on. And for you to find yourself caught into some, this isn't the type of thing. Like name any other high-ranking deputy or assistant commissioner that's gotten caught in this type of mess, right? Like sometimes it's happened, but the police say, the magistrate say, why your name get called? Like that's really a bad. It's hard to get in a position like this. This ain't something where someone steal your boat and you saying, boy, okay, how you have to come on and admit this is a business partner of yours. This boat is registered in your name. You entrusted this person with this boat. So you should at least know what the hell they doing with the boat.
So if you was Michael Pintard, how the conversation, your next conversation with Marvin Dames, what that next conversation can be about?
Big man, you gotta go. You Menace ain't no crime. Menace ain't smuggle. I got no boat and didn't bring you into this
But
district.
but the body is smuggled nothing.
This is what I'm saying. But who else have this type of smoke? Like if you get rid of candidates for a lot of smoke and unwanted attention, the public could understand that. But you're getting rid of people for far worse things. People calling you petty. Like what is this person saying? People saying he's a good representative of a constituency. He's a former prime minister. He delivered babies. He had steady on. He brought the country to COVID. He appointed you to your ministerial thing. I mean, you tell him sit out. You tell a lot of people sit out on the sidelines, make them right. And now you have Dames. Like, I mean, what's the? He's replaceable to me. I mean, and again now, presumably, if he gets the F&M win, and they won't put him back in a similar position. You know, these fellas like to take their position back. I was the minister of national security. So now you now gonna change that office with this person. You starting off with a cloud, right? You
Yeah.
already see what the headlines and stuff saying. Oh, yeah, most people, once people get entrenched, you guilty. Yeah,
But we got short memory. We can forget about that.
no. Some people, your political opponents will not forget about that. People will look at you. The United, this the person again. You got to go talk to the U.S. official, right? And this people gonna look at you. Yeah, when you Google now, um, for the longest time, when you Google Goodman and this drug boat, Marvin Dames name coming up. When you do Google Marvin Dames, you can find the partner of this man also, right? So you can't extricate yourself from that easily. It can be done, but I think he needs, if he were to continue in public life, you have some work to do because right now there's a timestamp, there's a stain on you. This case hasn't even come up. You said, I thought the man pled not guilty. Did he plead
He,
guilty?
he plead guilty.
Oh, okay. Well, he pleaded guilty. He got caught, but not to say that. Um, like I said, this is something that it doesn't seem like one person was acting alone. So unless he pleaded guilty and say we can call some names, generally there's more people in these operations, and sometimes one person does take the rap, but it does not close off the fact that we still don't think you was acting by yourself.
Well, we gotta take this commercial break because George didn't say Marvin Dames is a drug dealer.
I
Yeah,
never said that.
yeah,
We
boy.
would not say
What
that
I
on
hear
Superior
just
Talk.
now?
We
What
would
I
not say
hear
that on
just
Superior
now?
Talk.
What I hear just now? I hear no allegedly. I hear nothing, buddy. You got this man in your boat. He up and down, dilly dallying, and you ain't know what he doing in the boat. Either
Explain it.
do something wrong with you, or you a part of the game. That's a
No,
summarization of it.
he has to explain more than he explained. Just to come
Okay,
and say, no, I don't know, me and my wife, no, that's our partner.
that ain't enough.
That ain't cutting it.
Okay, okay. Well, we can find out and see how this go. We're gonna take a commercial break, and we can be right back.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat,
And I'm your boy Mix.
and we're representing Off the Bench, the number one talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So
Yeah.
we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in. That's every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6 o'clock p.m.
The number one talk show
In the world.
in the world, Craig.
And we're back. Finally, George. What how the song go? Finally, things come around. All the guy employees have been paid. Finally. The deal is closed. Everybody done get paid. They done close the place. That's it. My concern about all of this is that place basically being closed from October. Ain't nothing was going on. They didn't let go the people from October until now. Last week they get paid. People couldn't go and get the unemployment because the labor board, them NIB, them was telling them, hey, we see y'all still working. They ain't let y'all go. There's nothing saying A, B, or C, and we can't give you nothing. So now these people from October till now, I don't know how they was making it. I guess they hold on to God, hold on to Jesus, and they made it until then, and they got their monies from then. Now, the hurtful part, a lot of them were contract workers, and we really need to do a part on contract work. I hate that. We need to get rid of that. That's the worst thing that anyone could ever be labeled as, especially when you're looking for a full-time job. Companies take advantage of you in that situation, and not just company, government, because government do contract workers also. But they finally get their money, and some of them wasn't happy. Some of them wasn't happy at all. The 13 weeks they thought they could get, they couldn't get. It was plenty other things that just in the milk wasn't clear. One of the questions they asked was, who pay us? Did the company who buy the hotel pay us, or did government pay? Apparently, it seemed the government paid because that company, they said they can get back to us in a couple of weeks on what's going on and what we doing and what all of this and all of that. So I think the government of the Bahamas took up that bill to send these people home. And this ain't a good look, George. These people who work here all this time, you, you done say last year we can party in the streets because we got a new hotel and things can be done do. You're holding on to these people livelihood, they ain't know what to do. And now you finally pay them and you halfway pay them. This ain't a good look for the PLP, man. I mean, why y'all get the lies, George? I tired of the lies. I can't take it. I know if we got some more lies they tell later. I mean, let me not say it because I know who lying. But right now, these people in Alukaya ain't got nothing other than that little check. And the PLP say Grand Bahama's booming. It's progressing wonderfully. What say ye in this situation, George?
Hmm. Remember we keep saying they should have rang that bell a long time ago,
I
last year.
agree. I
Uh,
agree.
it just seems like it's one bad story after the next for the government, particularly in Grand Bahama, where the news was already bad. Some of the lies now, like you say, it's caught up to them, right? They had a good little window last year
Oh yeah.
when they had a
That's,
lot of these
was telling them
announcements.
take that window then, when things good.
They wait till the bottom fall out.
Hmm.
Lies are being revealed. All of these, you know, people are disgruntled more than ever right now. They can see now that there's no hope coming. All this last minute ditch. Yeah, we putting shovels in the ground and all that. Too late. That's too late, right? And so I, I mean, we're happy the people got paid their
Yeah,
monies that was owed. That hotel has been terrible, I think, for successive governments in terms of trying to resolve these issues in Grand Bahama. I don't think they should be as concerned about who paid them. They actually got paid, but it's not a good position to be in because, like you said, whatever the money is that they got paid, it's glad they have it, but they're out of jobs.
yeah,
They don't have no other jobs, no jobs in sight, and so whatever couple dollars, once you get those monies back, somebody show up like them lunch women who used to show up on the
yeah,
street
yeah,
talk.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
money gone.
yeah,
You already owe everyone, so you just smart now because soon as somebody there, whether it's the bank, some your mommy, daddy, whoever lend you money, they you get paid. There
yeah.
was a national announcement, so free up. So they back to where they started from. But I think it's a sad state. Didn't the prime minister supposed to make some speech tonight? I don't know.
We are actually interrupting his speech that he's making right now. He said at 8 o'clock he's gonna make a speech.
We don't know what he said.
I don't know what he's saying, but if he mouth moving, George, I think he lying.
Yeah, yeah, and like you said, we'll get into that. I think the other story you're talking about just came out today. That bombshell, that's another waste of time and wasting people money. So they take some L's in Grand Bahama. You made some predictions last week. They might age very well at the rate they going, particularly in Grand Bahama, because it
It
ain't
looked
nothing
like
to
a
smile about.
sleepover in Grandmama.
Ain't nothing to smile about right now. And like you say, it's just one letdown after the next,
Yeah,
and ain't really no runway now, no time left to really make nothing happen. So talk about Magic City. They need to make magic or some you need a big miracle right now in order to redeem that because like I said, it's just been one bad thing after the next, one disappointment, one more
and
disappointment after the next.
the hurtful part about it, you got 200, almost almost 300 people to say it's like 270 people who lost their jobs now. This grandmama in, you can't 270 people can't find no job. That's
Okay.
just the bad part about it. Going into election, those people and their families now are disgruntled because hey, y'all pick a bad time to let us go. And what we can do. What we could do. Ain't nothing out there. I gotta go back to hustling, doing whatever I gotta do, but ain't nothing out there for me to do. You keep feeding me this dream. Don't worry, it coming, it coming, it coming.
Ain't coming.
Ain't coming.
Yep.
And it's sad. But I will move on to the next topic. And and this can be another problem for them. That's why I think they need to hurry up with this election. You got that war in Iran, which is now gonna bring up prices of everything.
Yep. Particularly gas.
You know when gas go up, everything else is go up. And I am sure the government is trying. They will try to subsidize some of that cost, some of those taxes they got on them things. But when the people raise their price for their chicken and their rice and they think them like that, you can't. The government can't do nothing with that. The government can't do nothing about. The most they can do is put the gas price, drop that down. But the price when I buy that in America, if that going up, then it got to go up here. If the clothes I buy in America going up, then it got to go up here. How are you gonna? And this Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis, how are you gonna now subsidize all these things? And the thing with gas is when gas go up, even when it go back down, the
Hmm.
prices for the things don't go back down. So now you going into the election when things high and gas is due power too. So now your light bill going up. Boy, that's a problem. That's a big problem. How can they, the PLP, the ruling governing party now, find a way to cushion this blow with this upcoming election?
In a way, the only thing you could say, well, this gas thing, you could pass that blame on. No, that's well, me and then I say I don't have nothing to do with that, right? That one ain't me. My gas going up too. Ain't much you can do with that one, right? So I don't think you just out of time right now. Like I said, you time did not help you. There was a window last year. You just need to roll the dice and hope you're doing better in other places because, like I say, Grand Bahama, I really don't see no good report, nothing they can really point to and say, hey, well, yeah, give us, we did this great work here for you. We've made your life better the last 5 years. And so I don't. I mean, it's just say sorry. I mean, because ain't no lying really can get you out of this at this point.
George, like the song says, too late to apologize. I hear that. I was talking to some people and they was telling me their best bet is carry it straight to September. Hopefully, people forget. But I think a lot of the hardship can be coming.
But getting worse.
Yeah, it can get worse time in
Ain't,
September.
ain't, ain't get no better. What yeah, I don't again, what could you do between now and September? Right? The summer coming up, everyone going on vacation. Um I- it just it ain't enough time. If you couldn't do it in 5 years, they
Yeah.
can't do it in 5 months.
I tell my auntie, election can be on her birthday, May 18th. She get upset. I tell her don't worry about it. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Braves them need to get this over with quick, fast, in a hurry in order for
Yep.
this to do. So I know. But let's take a commercial break and we can be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk.
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so you have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
George, today's question of the day. Now, me and you was talking about this all day. We was back and forth with the statements that this one make and that one make. My question of the day is who lying? Somebody lying. The PLP say, hey, this was a great decision. We love this. We got this. We got that. We got this and that. I'm that and this. Then I look, the port authority say, hey, wonderful thing. We got this. We got that. We won that. We ain't pay this. We ain't gonna pay that. It's a beautiful thing. La la la, ray, ray, ray. All these things, George. Who lying, George?
Well, so to me, the first story I heard, the first thing I saw was Brave waffling, but they had one decision, but you can't say nothing about it because it's all confidential. There was a partial decision. We can tell you at a later date, and then boom, 10 minutes later, I see the board drop their story. Then I hear them scrambling, trying to make up, like, oh no, they right. So to me, the obvious answer who lying then, because again, election coming up, so Brave them had a great story to tell. Court order. They was coming out there with their chest stick off. Yeah, we got it. We got our 300 and something million, or we got 30 million, or we got. So to me, they get beat up. They really didn't get nothing what they set out to get in that. It was a waste of time. I forgot the lawyers on it, but Fred Smith and it, they spending a lot. There's a lot of money going down right now because that was a big arbitration matter. $300 million at stake. So I'm sure the lawyers were paid very well, the legal teams and everyone else. So this took up a lot of time and energy. I already forgot about it, right? I thought it was a non. And again, knowing again that this decision, they I don't know whether they thought it was going to go in the right direction, but if you generally speaking, you should have had some sort of from your legal team that this wasn't going that great based on the questions and answers and how the case was progressing. Maybe again, this was something it looked like bad Brave looked like he getting careless, a little reckless in his olden days, right? This was something you either want get in after election. You don't want this come out right now. This is the
Right.
wrong time to be taking a big L like this because again, this was supposed to put Grand Bahama. This was one of the things at least you could say, boy, yeah, see, we fight, we got our money back from mind you, all the money is going in the asshole if they gotten it anyway. But this is just another big L against the port. Why you fight the port in this big battle? Can make all this thing throw rock. I really thought they had the ducks lined up because they come up big at the end, like, hey, we want our money. Like, come to find that people they don't owe you no money.
I they release a statement and it says this PLP government took the Grand Bahama Port Authority to arbitration and delivered results. Here's what progress looks like. The GBPA must make annual payments to the government through 2054. Those payments benefit the Bahamian taxpayer. Government authority in Grand Bahama and the port area remains intact. I don't know what that means. GBPA attempt to claim exclusive control was rejected. Control of what? What they trying to control? I thought that we always had this partnership.
But Carlo, TVPA didn't go to arbitration. It's brave them.
Yes,
It's brave them to file this claim. So anything they did seemed like it was to offensive. It was a defensive to what they filed, right? A reaction to what they
right.
filed. So you can't say GBPA do y'all come with. I remember brave them. Big and bows, we taking y'all to court. We going, we want this. You need to do this, do that. And so only person had something to really to lose. GBPA was doing fine. They was going about doing or not doing what they was doing for Grand Bahama.
They have here 7 of 8 GBPA counterclaims failed. 7 out of 8. Now, which one was successful? What that successful one was? I want to know what that is. See, sometimes the devil in the details with a lot of things, what they don't say. 7 out of 8 failed, but which one failed, and how much that one cost us? Because that one could have cost us a lot.
Right.
Damages claimed against the government of $1 billion was rejected. The last one is the next phase will determine outstanding amounts owed to the Bahamas government. I don't understand none of this thing because there's a bunch of vague foolishness that because they wasn't particular and saying or thorough enough to say, hey, we suing them, other than the $357 million, these other claims that nobody even know what they are,
Yep.
it leads me to say, okay, out of the 7 out of 8 counterclaims that the Port Authority had, they win 1 out of them. What that one is. And how much that one costs us? That's $1 billion? That's $1 million? What that
Like you
is?
say, the big claim was that y'all owe us 300 and something
Yes.
dollars, right? Now the poor turn around and say, hey, ma, we don't owe you nothing. And for bringing me here, we want this. What but this, right? So y'all bring them to this dance and they had to play ball and they had to file something, right? But they wasn't really looking for nothing other than for y'all to go away.
Yeah.
Port,
Leave me alone.
I wasn't in the thing and in the paper crying about anything. And when I read their report, they said they got the big claim that they went there for that got dismissed.
Yep.
They can get their costs, which usually follows the event. Everything back stable, almost back to business as usual. So all of this, what you all do, was a waste of time. And like I said, if you read the body language of Brave them when they came
Yeah.
out there,
He didn't look
uh,
good. He didn't look
we right. Yeah. So all of this to me afterwards was a spin and damage control now because people saying you lie, you come say this thing was confidential, you can't say nothing.
Yeah.
They got big judgment written. People
So,
give you
I was to work and we passed by. We saw the TV. We saw the thing. I'm on. Hold on, what this is? We saw Ginger Moxie on, so we went there to find out what was going on. Because last time I looked, this confidential. We can't talk with this. There's all
yeah.
kind of thing up. But there's a question I wanted to ask you. The person who loses do they have to pay the other person's legal fee in this situation?
Generally speaking, yes.
Whoa.
That's how it works. Mind you, and this was arbitration. This was in court per se, but even in the rules of arbitration, most likely, cost is an issue. That should have been regulated by the contract that they were suing under. So with arbitration, usually if there's a contract between them, it spells out before you go to court, or this will be resolved through arbitration, which is like a court, but it's not the Supreme Court, right? So, and that decision is generally final. So you're in appealing that, or you're going over, you agree that we're gonna pick an arbitrator, and whatever decision they make is binding, and that's final. But in litigation, any type of litigation, really the loser pays the winner's cost. Now, sometimes, like you say, and this might be where they cherry picking, because if they saying, okay, well, yeah, we will lose this, but we won this, or y'all didn't get this, and so sometimes the cost, you don't pay 100% cost. It may be that, okay, you won, they succeeded on the main thing, so we won't give them all the cost. We'll give them 70% of the cost or 60% of the cost, right? But either which way you slice it, even if each side has to pay their own cost, this was an expensive exercise, right? If you don't even have to pay the other side lawyers, you have to pay yours to go through all of this exercise. I don't know. Like you said, it seems like something, again, could have been negotiated, sit down, but if them come like their position was so strong, like I don't know. Again, I don't know how you get this get this so wrong, that you come and make these grand bold statements and assertions. So as you, for almost the first day in office, y'all owe us boxing, y'all owe us this, we want our money. I thought they was joking first, because again, ain't nobody let nobody owe them 300 something
No,
million.
no,
I had
no.
to close you down after the first million, or less, right? So that ain't the type of money you let run up and then come back after years and say, hey, by the way, you owe us 340 something $1 million. So that alone says how strong is your case, because somebody would have been really derelict in their business duties of governments if they had this debt there running and no one was collecting on it.
I agree. Now we owe the people. Now we owe the port. Now we going and they're thinking they owe us. Now we owe them.
Yeah, yeah.
And Brave, what I've heard is supposed to be a very good lawyer. How he's slipping now? I just tell some people it's how is the PLP fumbling in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left on the clock, and they keep fumbling the ball. It ain't getting no better. What is
Gallo.
going on?
But this highlights the problem that's been going on in the Bahamas for Grand Bahama. This is exactly why when we say nothing happens for Grand, this is exactly why, because there's this perpetual fight between the government and the port, which I don't understand, because the government keep extending this port Hawksbill Creek agreement, then come tell them, okay, you can't do this under the agreement. You spell out all these things they could do in the agreement, but now you keep coming back, oh, you can't, right? And so this is exactly why we can't get nowhere. And when invest, so for basically for the past 4.5 years, that's what they've been doing, right? This case been going on. So how much things been going on for Grandmama? Anybody come when they buying for the money to invest? Uh, oh, by the way, someone take them out for lunch. Boy, you see this big claim? Boy, they might have to pay the government 340. Yeah, I mean, who really will get involved with some of this mess, right? And so that was a bad strategy. Again, these are the type of things you do behind closed doors. You have basically the government fighting with the local government of Grand Bahama, and you're calling people in to do business with this when y'all can't even do business together. Like, what? I mean, come on. This is exactly why we're in the mess that we're in. And now all of this, they mess around. Even if this was done, why it take so long to get this resolution now? You turn them up. Basically, after so many, not much was getting done doing this because hey, we fighting.
Yeah,
And now they just piss off now because someone lose. But and so how do you even continue forward with this? That's the next question God may have to ask, right? Because now someone got in their feelings right now. Like everyone trying to say, oh yeah, this resolve and whatever. But most times the court that when you have decisions, one person piss off.
yeah.
Someone might be happy or no one might be happy. But what what generally don't happen is everyone happy.
And how I hear Brave mumbling, oh, well, we was happy to them. That didn't sound like someone who was happy that they won a case.
No, no,
No, no.
no. So
But what you can do, Judge? This the cards we were dealt, and we gotta play them. So let's oh boy, let's find out who our bongi today is. Oh boy, I think I'm even ain't waking now. I so upset with them with this thing. That's why. Guess what? I can get them the bongi today. The PLP, Brave Davidson. Y'all get the bongi of the day because this is Grand Bahama can't take no more L's, George. It just can't. It ain't no more room. The room is full of L's. It can't. Can we have some other than celebration key?
I win.
Another win. We need this other win badly. And there's no way we can continue like this on this. And then they fighting with this gas thing. Now people, they light bill, water bill, everything going up because of this now. This ain't a good look. This ain't good for everybody. This ain't good for nobody actually.
No.
And now we gotta go pay the Port Authority money. Bye, jingles. Anyway, George, that's it for me for the day. I would like to thank everybody who's watching. I'm sorry if you use a PLP right now. Please don't come after me with this, but come on now. You can see for yourself. This ain't a good look. This ain't a good look at all. And like you say, George, for them to come out so biggity, oh y'all lost this, y'all got against this, and
Mhm.
and you lose. You the main thing you're going for you ain't get. Anyway, like I said, thank you all for joining us tonight. It's a wonderful thing for us to bring these news to you. I want you to stay tuned to us every Monday where we have Thought Sharpeners. You can take a look at that. Tuesday we have Let's Talk at 6 p.m. At 8 p.m. we have What's Going On. Wednesday, 6 p.m. we have Off the Bench. Thursday we have Island Dish. I want everyone else to join us and don't forget to like and subscribe. We got some big things coming up after Easter that we will be here 24/7. I want you to keep tuning in. We got big things coming. Please support us. Please be there for us. I want to thank you. George, thank you also. And I want Joel to know that we'll be back next week to tell y'all what's going
What's
on.